Sagittariuses. So this is your March 2022 reading, your monthly reading. So here we have the top row is going to symbolize the overall feel of the month, like the bigger picture for the month. And then each card here represents a week. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And obviously tarot, there's no dedicated time dates with tarot. It kind of does its own thing sometimes. It flows in and out. So just so you know, take it the way it works for you. And so this is kind of the overall theme. Now, at the end of the video, we're going to think of a question to ask the magic 8-ball, and we'll find out that answer to that question for you. So, okay, so let's start. First up, you have the sun. Now, the sun represents health, vitality, truth, success. It's like a masculine energy. And it's about confidence, fame, positivity, fun, and warmth. The sun reveals what is truly there. You can clearly see the areas of life that were difficult to view before. This indicates like a time of warmth and exuberance, victory and success. The truth will come out. It can also indicate somebody who has a positive attitude, who is optimistic and looks on the brighter side of life. If you're going through a hard time, the sun indicates that things are going to get better. And it's also a card of like physical energy. So it might be like kind of like more of an active phase for you. Okay, so then next up you have the Ace of Cups. And this is about new emotional situations, the stirring of feelings, opening of the heart. It's about love, new relationships, compassion, and creativity. The aces are the beginning of something, and the cups refer to emotions. So this is the beginning of like a new, some emotional attachment or something that has to do with your emotions. It could be like a new crush is starting. Maybe you're crushing on somebody, or it could also indicate the beginning of a friendship, because friendships are very tied to our emotions. So yeah, so it's about like kind of love and compassion as well. You can be feeling like more love and compassionate. And then you have the 8 of Swords. So this card is about feeling trapped, restrictions, mental blocks, insecurity, negative thoughts, self-imposed restrictions, and kind of like a victim mentality. Like you're getting stuck. You're stuck, but you're the one getting yourself stuck. Your fears and lack of beliefs are causing you to feel trapped. You may feel unable to move forward or speak your mind. Shifting your perspective will get you unstuck. You need to get out of your head and let those thoughts and beliefs holding you back go. As you challenge your thoughts, as you change your thoughts, you change your reality. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones, and you will create a better situation for yourself. There is a way out of your situation. You just need to be open to all possibilities. Okay, so now for week 1, you have the Queen of Swords. And she represents being honest, opinionated, knowledgeable. She's an independent thinker. She's very objective and unbiased. She communicates directly. She gets right to the point. This card represents needing to have all information. Before you make any decisions, you got to be precise and have all the relevant information to make that decision. It indicates that you should use your intellect and unbiased judgment while also remaining flexible and open to receive input from others. It's all about leading from the head. It's all about facts and establishing boundaries. So, okay, then you have the 4 of Swords, week 2. This is all about rest, recuperation, meditation, a period of calm, relaxation, contemplation, and reflection. You might need to take some time out. This card indicates you need to have some quiet time to recharge yourself. This could come after a period of stress or high activity. Take a day off, travel to somewhere new, spend time with loved ones, whatever you need that will recharge your energy. This could indicate that now is not the best time to make decisions. Having a break away from the problem, like taking some time out, could help you actually regain clarity and make the right decision. That's what this also can indicate. So now week 3, you have the Two of Wands. This is all about planning and having the foresight. It's about travel and creative partnerships and making progress. Planning for the future. Taking an idea, inspiration, or desire and deciding to move forward with it. Taking the first steps. Need to plan out the steps in the situation that you want to embark on. Laying down the foundation. It's all about figuring out how to get where you want to go. And figuring out like the minor details of stuff, like all the little details, and planning for obstacles. Like when any project or anything you're doing, there's always like obstacles. Something always comes up. So this is about taking the time and figuring out, okay, well, what potential obstacles or situations or problems may arise. And it's also about getting outside your comfort zone. And this also could indicate like you might be having a decision between sticking with what you know or taking a risk. Okay, so then last up, the 4th week, you have the Emperor. And he's all about power, authority, control, discipline, leadership. This could be like a parental influence. It's about the establishment and structure. And it could represent like a father figure as well. But that's his energy. It really could represent anybody. It's just like the energy, that kind of vibe. So he has the ability to control and delegate. This could indicate that you are providing for your family and kind of adopting that role as provider, fatherly figure. Even gender doesn't matter, but that kind of role for the family or in your life. You are that kind of role. It's about protecting and defending your loved ones, being the rock for those that rely on you. It could be about wanting status and power and recognition. And it also can indicate that you are very comfortable being in a leadership role. You have a clear vision about what you want in the future, and you are able to delegate to others to achieve your goals. So this is all about like leadership. So kind of smooshing everything together. Let's smoosh it together. So, it's interesting because the top row, so you have the Sun, which is the major arcana. So the major arcana cards are always a little bit more what is going on. It's a little bit stronger of the feel than the minor arcana. So like the Sun and the Emperor are the major arcana. So they're a little bit, maybe feel a little bit bigger than some of the rest of the stuff. But it's interesting because the Sun is all about seeing the path ahead. It's all about kind of seeing the truth. Things are uncovered. The Moon hides stuff. You don't always know. You kind of not sure what to do. But the Sun is like, oh, see this path? See here, we got some flowers here, we got some dirt, we can see. This llama has like, it has a lot of legs. So I don't know if it's a llama, whatever it is. We know where we're going. We can walk clearly. So the Sun is all about kind of like that happiness, that confidence, that warmth feeling, seeing, like having the truth come out, feeling of victory. And then the Ace of Cups is about like a new emotional situation, maybe new love or something new, but something emotional starting. So I think that is really nice. But it's interesting that you had the 8 of Swords, which is all about imprisonment, but it's self-imprisonment. Like this guy, he can leave. He can get out his restraints, and these feathers holding him in, they're not really that, they're just feathers. Like he can push that down. He could just walk right through that. But he's imprisoning himself, and he's not even trying to get out because he feels like he's stuck. But this card represents that you're the only one being stuck. You're stuck through your mind. Sometimes there could be like external events causing you to be stuck, but it's saying that you have everything you need to get unstuck. So it's very interesting how you have this strong Sun energy of confidence and like, vitality and kind of the strong strength energy and this newness. But then I think you are kind of, you have something new coming up and you're confident and you have this exciting emotional thing, but you're kind of I think you might be letting your own fears get in your way a little bit. Like you might be blocking yourself. So you might feel confident in something, but then you might be doing this self-talk of like, no, I can't do it. I'm not going to be good enough to do it. Or I can't accomplish it for X, Y, and Z. Where I think you need to just let that go. Obviously this card's something that you got to figure out within yourself. But I think exciting things are happening for you. It's just you need to release yourself from this negative self-speak. This is how I see this. Okay, so now first week up, you have the Queen of Swords, which she's honest and opinionated. She's like an independent thinker. She's direct communicator. Like she's very like logical. And she's precise. Before she makes decisions, she wants to find out all the details, right? So she's leading from the head. So I think whatever new thing you're starting or whatever, because it doesn't necessarily always need to mean that you're starting something absolutely new. It could be something that you're doing in a different way. Whatever you're doing, I think you're taking a logical approach to it. Like you have the confidence and you're excited about it, and emotionally you're like kind of happy, and you're excited about it. But I think you're getting a little bit of negative self-talk, but you're taking a logical approach to it. So I think that's fantastic. I think that's absolutely fantastic. But week 2, I think you might need to take you might be wearing yourself out a little bit. Even from sometimes we wear ourselves out from like speaking negatively to ourselves. Like sometimes our stress and our anxiety causes us to be emotionally worn out. So this could either say you might need to take a break to like take some time, figure out what you're doing, get your confidence back, and then reevaluate or retackle the situation with kind of a fresh brain. Or this could even be saying that you might need to stop. You might need to reflect and figure out, why do you keep talking to yourself negatively? Like, what is really going on here? Like, what is this fear or this anxiety or this block? What are you doing to restrict yourself from fully moving forward in this situation the way you really confidently feel like you can? So that could also indicate that you need to take some self-reflecting time to figure out, what are you doing? Like, what mentally are you doing? And then the Two of Wands, I feel like you're going to come from that. And then because this is all about planning and foresight. So now I feel like you're going back to the week 1 of the energy where she's kind of like about information, and she's kind of about like figuring out the details and everything. So I feel like you're going to go back to that energy that you started out the month with, back to kind of like figuring out the details again. Like this is about planning for the future, taking an idea or inspiration and moving forward with it. So I think you might have like a little hiccup in the road where you're like, okay, maybe whatever this is, I'm not good enough, or I can't do it because X, Y, and Z. But then I think you come from that and be like, okay, well, you know what? I'm giving it a go. Like I'm doing it, because wands are all about action. Swords are about thoughts. Wands are about action. So I think you're going to be regaining your power in a sense, and you're going to be moving forward with it. So I think that's fantastic. And I think you close the month out with the Emperor, and he's all about power and authority and control and discipline and leadership and structure. So this could be, because he represents being able to control and delegate and in a leadership role and kind of like the Rock. So I think you're ending out the month more in this energy, this kind of where you, with the sun, this confident sun energy, but with the practical application, I feel like you kind of become more or less into this Emperor energy, because he's confident too. He knows he can do it, but then he has a track record of doing it. So it's kind of, I think you might be taking more of a leadership role, or you might be in that stronger decision-making role by the end of the month. Like, she's decisive and she can make decisions as well. But I think by the end of the month, you're more in that, like, well, I'm doing this and this is the way I'm going to do it. And this is my plans and this is how I'm moving forward with it. And that's kind of, you're in that kind of element. So I think that's fantastic. I think this is a really good reading. I just think you need to kind of get out of your own way a little bit with the Four of Swords. But I think you will. I think week 2, you're going to have that kind of figuring it out. And I think you're going to do it. So I have a lot of oracle decks over here. So let's see what the oracle stuff has to say for you, because tarot is like a journey. You kind of start with one thing, and then the oracles, they kind of paint a picture. So let's go on this journey, see what March has to say for you guys, Sagittarius. So here we go. So this is the Daily Crystal Tarot deck. Okay, so here we go. One card For my Sagittariuses for March, please. One card for my lovely Sagittariuses. Ooh, wait. Ooh, what do we get here? Oh my God! Lapis Lazuli. Or Lazuli, depending on how you want to say it. I call it Lapis Lazuli. I think it's Lapis Lazuli. Anyway, make a decision, it says. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Okay, make a decision. Look at that. I definitely think that's kind of going with this this energy here, because I feel like you're getting in your own way with whatever this is. I think is really positive, and I think you're going to be happy with it. I think you're going to really be happy, and it's going to be good for you. But I think you got getting in your own way. So either this is you have to decide to get out of your own way. But that's exciting. That is exciting. Okay, let's see. Let's continue. So I'm going to do your Illuminated Tarot. Let's see what the Illuminated Tarot has for you. Okay, so you got the Queen of Diamonds. Let's see what the Queen of Diamonds is in this one for you guys. Ooh, it says a bond between the internal and external. It's about mastery as well. So a bond between the internal and external. So that's interesting. You know what? I think this really fits with, I'm going to put this guy right here, because that really goes with, I think internally, this obviously represents your thoughts. So internally, you might be having some dilemmas. You're trying to figure it out. So, but externally, you know what you want. You feel confident in everything. And you want to take action. You're going to take action, and you're doing what you need to do. But you need to kind of get past this maybe the self-doubt a little bit and just move forward. So the moving forward would be like the external. Like the wands are about action, so this would be the external. So that is very interesting. But you have to have your internal right, your mental mind state right to basically move forward properly and then take the role of the emperor at the end. So I think that's going to be really important for you guys. And I think you need to make the decision just to do it. You know? It's not always easy, but I think you guys definitely can do it. Okay, so I'm going to do your chakra card here. Let's do your chakra card. One card for my lovely Sagittariuses, please. One card for my lovely... Okay, this came out. Wisdom. Oh, you guys got wisdom. Okay, look at that. And that is going to go with the Queen of Swords. I'm going to stick this right here because she's all about kind of knowledge and everything. And so let's see what wisdom has to say for you in the book. Okay, so let me see what they want to say. Okay, so it's about wise counsel, focused energy, honoring yourself, contributions, being chosen, contentment, and transformation. So I think that's very important. I think that's really exciting. So yeah, so because I think that's going to be honoring yourself, I think goes with the Eight of Swords. Because I feel like you have to like kind of just know that you can do it. Know that whatever this is referring to, that you're going to be able to get through it. And you're going to be able to do it. And it's right for you. For some reason, I don't necessarily... This could be like a love reading. Like this, but I don't necessarily think that this is geared towards love. I think you have some... It could even be a passion project. Maybe you want to just try something like crocheting or something. But you're like, no, I can't, you know. And then you're going to research it. And then maybe you're like, oh, no, it's too hard. I got to count every stitch, which I have to hand it to anybody that's into crocheting. I tried it once and it turned into a circle. It was a disaster. It was really bad. But if you plan for it and you figure it out and you figure out the obstacles, you'll be able to do it. So I think that's fantastic. So yeah, so best definitely. And focused energy with this thing. I think you're going to have, that's probably with this, the Two of Wands with the focused energy, because you're going to have to focus your energy and figure out the details. So I think that's really important too. That is really good. Okay. So let's continue. So what do I got next for you guys? Okay. So I'm going to do your Halloween. We're going to see the Halloween Oracle. One card for my Sagittariuses. Okay. Ooh. You got the Lamp, Remembrance. So let me see what that has to say for you. So this card reminds us that it is a positive thing to remember those who have passed by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. For those with whom we did not have an easy relationship, or even those we did not like, leave us with valuable lessons. Sometimes we learn more from our nemesis than we do from our friends, and so the darkness can illuminate our strengths and our true values so that we can live them more clearly and fully. I think that's very interesting. I feel like because the sun energy, maybe, and with this is kind of, I guess, in a clouding of the mind. It's the darkness of the soul. Like, it's kind of a little bit of a dark clouding residue on the brain a little bit. But the sun is all about shining that light. And then you got the lamp, which is about shining light into the darkness as well. So I feel like it's going to be important to kind of shine the light. And now, honestly, remembrance, if you're thinking that's kind of about memory and remembering things, it could be maybe this Eight of Swords moment is coming from somebody in your past that, like, maybe they were like, oh no, you're never going to be good at crocheting. I'm the only crocheting person in the world. You can't do it. Or something kind of where you felt like you weren't going to be able to achieve something, or somebody putting you down or something. And maybe that's kind of coming up, that you're remembering that, or you're remembering the way something made you feel where you weren't going to succeed. And I think this is saying, remember that, but shine that light, get rid of this mental restriction you're having, because you can do it. You could just figure out the details. So if you tried something in the past and it didn't work out, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try it again. It just means you got to figure out what the hell went wrong and figure out a different way to maybe try it again. Sometimes you fail multiple times before you get it right. That's just the way it is. So I feel like, remember how something was, but then either do the research and whatever and create more of a solid action plan going forward, because I definitely think you're going to be really you're going to be moving forward with something, and I think it could really be good or beneficial, make you something really happy. So you got to shine that light in that darkness, though. So let me continue here. Where am I at with the Horde? Okay, so we're going to do your energy oracle. One card for my Sagittariuses. One card for my Sagittariuses. One card for my Sagittariuses. Okay. Okay, second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay, let's see what she has to say for you. Okay, second chakra. So she is number 36. Okay, this is about intimacy and creativity. So this is about promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. It's urging you to get creative. Let yourself reach out into unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have a more creative approach. This is also a time when energies of closeness with others and of nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. So nurture yourself and be ready to receive the affection and camaraderie of the resonant souls around you. So, because Ace of Cups is all about emotions, and like this could also be about like having crushes or something. So I think whatever this is, but it's about creativity. So I think whatever this is there's something that I think you might have like a creative project or something you want to try, and you might be getting in your head as to why it won't work. So I think you need to just let that creative energy flow. So I'm going to stick this by the cups right there. So let that creative energy flow. Okay, so now I'm going to do your Dark Mirror Oracle. Now with this deck, I really like this deck. It's creepy. It's so me. But the book is very abstract, and I'm not the most abstract-minded thinking person that's ever walked the planet. So sometimes the book is a little bit tricky for me to figure out what is it trying to tell me? But that's not going to stop me. Oh, no. That is not going to stop me. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to piece it together. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's see what card is going to be for my Sagittariuses. What card is going to be for the Sagittariuses for March? card for my Sagittariuses. This one kind of wanted to jump out. Ooh, envious gluttony. Ooh. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, so this deck is split up into like the various stages of anger. So this is the one of denial. This is part of the denial stage. Or the various stages of grief, sorry. This is the denial. It's grief, and this is the denial part of it. Okay. Okay, so it says there's a hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. Ooh. Okay, so part of it says the key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of envy and the anger. We cast it out ourselves, and now it's truly parasitic monster. It's a truly parasitic monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. And this is talking about light as well. If we bring light to the pitch dark well, what if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? Okay. So I really feel that this is going with the thoughts over here. I think this could be about anger and envy. But I think this is also about kind of like acknowledging kind of like the shadow self. I think it's kind of these nasty thoughts. So by it saying like, what if you bring the light to something, it's no longer scary. So I think this is, in this situation, I'm going to take it for this situation, that if you shine the light into whatever is you're scared of, this could be something like information that you need to get that you don't have. Like, let's say you're applying somewhere, I don't know, like a company or college or whatever, you're applying somewhere and you're stressed out about, well, am I going to get in, or what is the process like? Or you could be applying for a loan or something. It doesn't matter. And it's scary if you don't know the process. So if you look further, research the process more, the process is less scary because then you now know what the protocol is for how the application should look, you know, how the loan whatever should look, and kind of, you know, a little bit more the steps going on. So now it's less scary. So I think with this card, because these cards are kind of like your overall issues of the month, I'm going to take it like that. So I think with this card is saying that you need to look forward. You need to look into maybe some of the finer details, like don't, because you have a lot of the shining the light on stuff here. So maybe the Queen of Swords is going to be part of you looking at more of the details into something. And then maybe the week after that, you realize there could be a little bit of funny business, like an obstacle that you didn't realize. And now it kind of sets you back into that mental, like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, woe is me, or whatever. And you need to take a break and figure it out. And I think this could be saying that you're figuring that out as well. And then week 3, you're now planning the action to tackle whatever the issue was, and then you're going to come into your own by the end of the week. So I think that's kind of what this card, to me at least, represents as far as this reading goes. Because this is talking about scary things, but they're not as scary once you shine the light on it a little bit. So that's kind of what I feel with that one. And then this make a decision might be come into week 2, sorry, where it's like you're kind of in this pause for a moment, and then you might be making the decision like, yeah, I'm going forward with it. Like, I'm doing it. I just need to figure out how to do it. Okay, so let's continue. So that is that. Now, I'm going to do your little fortune cookie. Let's see, for my Sagittarius. Let's get the fortune cookie for my Sagittariuses. Okay, one. Oh my God, Sagittariuses, look what you got. Okay, you got opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared and dressed to impress, Sages. Look at that. So I think that whatever here is with this, like, kind of this little Ace of Cups, I think it's kind of an opportunity for you. I think something's good coming your way. Just you have to get out of your own head, you know? And part of getting out of your own head could be needing to research stuff to realize that something is not as scary as you thought it was going to be. It could be anything. It could be like, even if you want to change careers, and there might be some more schooling involved, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle, I don't know, 2 more years of this or that or whatever. But then when you actually look into the schooling and you break down the curriculum, you're like, okay, well, you know what, it sucks, I gotta go 2 more years, but I can take these classes this semester, I could figure out that class that semester. So you kind of strategically structure it. Well, if let's just say hypothetically you're going to take 4 classes a semester, 2 easy ones, 1 middle of the road one, and then you take the hard one. So it's kind of like you're not one semester taking all the hard classes and you're just wanting to rip your hair out. So it's kind of about like that strategic trying to figure things out. So I think that's really great though. But I think definitely there's a little opportunity, something that's going to spark that emotional interest in you. So that's super exciting. So I'm going to do the love oracle. So, okay, so we got the love oracle. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1 card for my Sagittariuses. 1 card for my Sagittariuses. 1 card for my Sagittariuses. Okay, we got, what do we got here? Ooh, okay, hold on. This. Oh, it's interesting because these both came out, so I'm taking both of them. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me put these hearts back together again. Come on, hearts. Okay, so first up, you got beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. So that's interesting. And then the second one is balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supporters are challenged, and that a great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Now, I feel like with this a little bit, it's saying you might need, obviously this could be talking about a relationship if you're in one, but I think this could be like you might need a little bit of balance with some of this. Like the 2 of Wands, you know, it's kind of a little bit of like figuring stuff out, but the 2s are kind of like a balance a little bit. So I think you might need, because if you think you have action here, the Sun is kind of like an action, energetic card. Then you have a little bit of the emotion, and then you have some thought. You have a few thought cards here. So I think you need to balance like your emotions with your thoughts a little bit. I think you might need to balance those two, because I think with this one, it maybe you're kind of having a little bit unbalanced and it's causing you stress and feeling worn out or whatever. You need to balance yourself. So, and however you do that through your actions and everything, is you got to figure that out. So now this is interesting. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also of your own reflection. Now, I feel like this could be saying to yourself that you got to beware of what your thoughts are here. Like you got to, because what you're saying to yourself, sometimes you project to the world. Like the Sun is all about confidence and everything. So the Sun, this guy, he's like, I don't even think he's wearing pants. He's naked. He's like, I don't care. I got my 2, 4, 6, 8-legged llama, and we're just going. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm having a great day. But this one is like, oh no, I am misery. I am suffering. This bird is just like super dramatic. He's like, I can't even see. And he could just leave. It's his own feathers that's causing him to be stuck. So I think you have this little bit of balance of like this confidence, but yet you're telling yourself, no, you can't do it. So I think you need to balance that out. But also, he's projecting this aura of like, I can't do it. So if you're telling yourself that, you might start feeling that, and then you might start projecting that into the world. And it's even that kind of manifestation thing. Like if you want something good, you got to like feel good. You got to have the good, you know, you have to attract the good. So I think that's interesting with that. So let me do your little angel oracle here. Okay, 1 card for my Sagittariuses, please. 1 card for my... Okay, so what do we got? Ooh, you got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. See? Oh, look at here. This could be about love, but I think with this Ace of Cups, I think you have like a new, exciting kind of something you want to do, like a situation. It could be about love. It's going to be different for everybody, but I think there's something that's exciting to you. And I think this is like make the effort. So the effort here is she's willing to look at things objectively. She's intelligent. She's willing to look at the finer details. And I think the Two of Wands, you know, he's about planning as well. Like, he's going to figure it out what's going on over here. He's figuring it out. He's looking at it. He's like, okay, I got a plan. And I think that's really great. So I think that's like kind of telling you is that whatever you want to do, you absolutely can do it, but you need to get out your own way. Okay. So let's do your little inspirational quote. Let's see what inspirational quote is for you guys. One card for my Sagittariuses. One card for my Sagittariuses. Oh, it jumped away. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. It like went really far too. Gotta like scooch it over. Scooch it over. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Where is it? Oh, you know what? I thought I scooched it more and I didn't even scooch it anywhere. Okay. Okay, okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, is this yeah, now that I totally screwed everything up, sorry guys. Anyway, happiness is found on the way, not at the end of the road. So I think this is kind of reminding that there's always bumps in the road. Anything you do, there's always some kind of shenanigans that kind of come up. So you can't just wait to the end of completing something, because honestly, you get to the end of something and then you kind of start over again in a sense. You start something new, right? One door closes, another one opens. So I think this is saying that you just have to find your happiness. Like this negative thinking here, I think you really need to change this around. I think this is part of your problem. So I'm not saying you guys have problems, but I'm saying like a lot of people do this. I do this myself. So you need to find your happiness, and you have to find it along the journey of life or whatever you're doing. You got to just like figure that out. Okay, so we will find out the fortune. What spirit of the dish will be with you guys? Let's figure that out. Okay. What spirit of the dish will be with Sagittariuses for the month of March? Okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, you guys got the cast iron. The cast iron. What is this one? Is this the... I don't think this is the omelet. Who's the cast iron again? Let me take a look. I forgot who the cast iron is. The cast iron. Oh, it's the cornbread. It's the cornbread. That sounds really good. I love cornbread. You know what? I always think of cornbread. I'm dropping everything now. I always think of cornbread as kind of like comfort food a little bit. So this could be saying, have a little comfort. Have something that gives you the little comfort. Whether it's cornbread or whatever else, have something that's a little comforting to you. Okay, so now we're going to do the Magic 8 Ball. Think of that question for the Magic 8 Ball. And let me get your stone first. Okay, we have peace. So you got the stone of peace. And let's see, what else do we got here? Okay. We have, okay, so we have D, K, M, N, 1, 3, 5, and 9. So those are your numbers and letters. And now, let us ask the Magic 8 Ball the most important question of March. Okay, Sagittariuses, think of your question. Here we go. Oh, mystical magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls ever created. What is the answer to Sagittarius's question for March 2022? It says, concentrate and ask again. Okay, guys, you need to really focus. We need to be focused in on this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, mystical magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the universe. What is the answer to Sagittarius's question for March 2022? Yes, definitely. says, yes, definitely. So there you guys go, Sagittarius. I hope you have a wonderful time. Remember, you are the master of your own destiny. And see you next time. Okay, bye.